Hey YouTube, this is Princess Diana. Want to come in today and just talk about how I was surprised. Is it just me or um or let me close down my computer. Or are people deciding not to even like go to the gym this year because it's normally super full at the first of the year. People are like, I'm gonna get in there, I'm gonna get in shape. I'm gonna lose that weight, or I'm gonna, you know, um, get the physique back like I had it, or get the physique that I prefer, or whatever. Like it's the same amount of people as there has been doing the before the new year. So I'm guessing people are coming in a little later, like start next week. But I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell me. I was thinking it would be packed today. Maybe I'm just not paying attention because normally it's so packed in there you can't even like find the machine. I like the machines. So y'all let me know. But definitely get in there, do something, y'all. Start doing something. If you can only find it in yourself to walk, get on a treadmill or get on the eucalyptus. Am I saying that eucalyptus machine? Y'all, I don't know how to say it, but get on those machines. It looks like your skin or something like that. And just walk. Just walk. If you can jog, jog. If you can run, run. If you feeling froggy, you feel like you can push out, do some floor exercises. If you feel you can do those at home now. Floor exercises. There's plenty of YouTube videos. There's plenty of exercise videos on every platform that show you proper form. There's experts out there with free videos and everything. Like, you just got to do something. If you were an athlete, high school, college, you already know what to do. You know what to do. Just get started. I always tell people, I'm like, it's very cold outside, or whatever. If a person didn't have that much money, or they're trying to save so they don't have money to go to the gym, or they don't have time to go to the gym, we have no excuse. We have no excuse. We can get on the floor. We can do jumping jacks. We can do push-ups. We can do sit-ups, which I think hmm, there's other variations of was it stomach, or how do I say, abdominal exercises that you can do that would probably be more beneficial than sit-ups. So try those out. Look for 'em. Planks. I gotta get into my planks every day. If you let's say you can't do a push up, first off you can do I call them the women push ups, and they might be called something else, where you get on your knees and you do the push ups versus doing a full military push up is what I call them. Might be called something else, but just try to do something, y'all. You got resistance bands. You got all kind of things that may help you. Like, let's say your knees are be like, what am I gonna do? My knees, child, my knees used to be acting up, but I take full responsibility on the way my knees were feeling. I hadn't had any injuries or anything like that that I know of. Nothing where I had to have surgery or anything like that. So, hey, I had to start eating better. When I started eating better, I didn't have inflammation all in my joints and stuff like that. I felt better, had more energy and stuff, y'all. So, start eating better. Start drinking more water. Make sure you're getting your vital nutrients in. Are you getting enough sodium? Are you getting enough potassium? Vitamin D is a big one. I thought vitamin C was big, but vitamin D, y'all, is a big one. Do your research. Probiotics. Do you have to? Gut health is very good. I don't think you have to take a probiotic or prebiotic, but garlic is good. I'm pretty sure. Was it what's that stuff? Sauerkraut. The fermented drinks. Kombucha, I think it's called. I love me some kombuchas. Some people know how to make their own. There's fermented foods. Yogurt, I believe, is good for pro or pre or probiotic. So you can probably eat that. Um, Fish oil, your omega 3s, maybe eating more fish, and do your research with all this stuff. I think with your vitamin D, you need vitamin K, and don't quote me, but I believe it's 100 mcgs of vitamin K per um to the 5,000 to 10,000 mcg of vitamin D. Plus, you need a little zinc every day. I have 50 milligrams of it, but you may need less. I don't know. But I would do my research because I'm finding out. Of course, we know. Most people, I think, know by now that.
Not using any of your time, which is why
Sorry,
I
y'all.
now put it on.
That I think most people know that the soil has been depleted. Blah 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 with that. A lot of toxins, blah blah blah. But I'm gonna say depleted because we don't want to speak. Even I'm big on words, y'all. In the Bible, everybody don't read the Bible, but I know about the Bible because I grew up as a Christian. So the Bible says our what is it? The tongue is pretty much says the tongue is like a sword, right? Um, so I believe that when I speak words, I try to say things, speak good over my life, over my family and things and stuff like that. Um, don't get things right all the time. People get mad, angry, say things more harshly when they're mad sometimes and stuff like that. But I always try to keep in mind, try your best to use your words wisely. So I will speak good over our soul and say that I would just say that we'll use what the soil gives us for now, and then on top of that, we can also use some supplementation on top of that. Our soil is nice, and if left alone, I think it will replenish itself, and no, it won't be deplete. It won't be depleted of nutrients. It'll be ample in nutrient, and then maybe one day we won't even have to, use nutrients. And won't that be so great, y'all? I think that would be awesome. I know it would be awesome. To just be able to, pick your oranges, your apples, and different things like that, and just eat them. Be like, man, eat a few oranges a day, and you got enough for the day. Vitamin C or whatever it is, all that you get in, apples, oranges, and different things like that. But yeah, just get all the things you need. Drink your water, move your body try to move it every day, but every other day, like I want to do every other day, or either every other day, or maybe at least 3 days out of the week. If you can, go to the gym. Go hard. Go when you first start off. Take your time. No big deal. Especially if you're, up in age. Take your time. If you never worked out before, or if you have the funds, get you a what those people call? They help you work out yeah, uh trainer. Get you a trainer. Somebody that yeah, get you a trainer. Try to, word of mouth or whatever. This person is a good trainer. And talk to your trainer. Make sure they're mentally sane, that they won't, have you doing things that'll hurt yourself. Explain to them what you're looking for, and in what time frame are you looking to have those results. because they'll let you know, okay, man, we need to really get in here. We need to go hard. You need to be in here every other day. You need to be in here every day, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, or whatever. They'll tell you um, what to do. And protein wise, they can tell you micro macros and all that stuff, but mostly if you eat your whole foods, if you eat you want to get, if you're trying to lose weight, you may want more of a calorie deficit, meaning you want to eat less. If you need to gain weight or gain muscle, you may want a calorie surplus. If you already are bulky, I don't even know why if you're a bulky person, but you're not, I'm gonna say this, not bulky as in I would never want to give advice to somebody who's been working out and they've been training for years. So I'm talking to the people who are, let's say you're what do I call it? You're more of a bulky person naturally, right? You're more, I say more beefy. Nothing wrong with that. We got some real sturdy people out here and nothing wrong with that. Some people slim, and it's cool. All that's cool. We're all different and we have different varieties of shapes and sizes and we're all good, y'all. So let's say you're more bulky, more, beefy, strong person, like, naturally beefy. So I would say if you want to shred, maybe you want to be more lean. You can be as lean as you can be. And that's another thing. You will look different from everybody. Naturally, you're going to look different. I don't care. I wouldn't suggest anybody do steroids, but they, like all these other supplements, like some people go crazy with the creatine. Creatine is actually supposed to be a good thing to have on a daily. Sometimes I do every other day because it can be a bit much. And there's was it German macronized creatine, I believe. I'm gonna try it out. It's supposed to be really good on the stomach. I think the macronized one, it hasn't bothered my stomach, but I want to try the other one out, the Germanian, I believe, German or Germanian um creatine. But it can help, what is it, with strength and endurance, I believe. So you got your pre-workouts. Just take your time, try things out, and maybe use the basic supplements. Another thing I want to do is go to your primary caregiver, doctor, whatever, get a complete lab, just on all the basics, blood work, and see maybe what's too high, what's too low, what's just right as far as your levels in your body. And then you can kind of know what is it that you need. I don't have a multivitamin right now. Honey, I normally take at least 6 to 7 supplements a day, and that's at minimum. So I don't have a multivitamin. If I had a multivitamin, maybe I could reduce a little bit of that, but I'm learning now that we as people in America, I can't speak for other people on other land masses, but that we may need more high dosage of certain supplementation because of the some of the nutrients that are missing in our soil as of now. But yeah, I just want to encourage everybody, do what you can. Wait a minute. Hey, and this is another thing, y'all. Y'all, if you are like me, and I know I'm talking out, if you're a perfectionist, I used to be a perfectionist. I've made a point to, like, for example, women, you want to look, I like looking my best when I go out some places. And then I said to myself, I said, you know what? I'm so used to putting on a full face of makeup. Brows got to be, arched to perfection, lips done, just full coverage, honey. And not like, a whole bunch of makeup, which some girls do. And I will say with that, honey, I will say work on your skin. Get it looking decent enough to where you can wear a little less of that layer of makeup because it's a lot, okay? If you're not on the runway modeling, Instagram model, and stuff like that, I would say keep the makeup to a little bit of a minimum because it looks like it can look a little bit like a mask, and we want to look as much like ourselves as possible, just a little bit more, you know, um it's beautification. I love me some beautification, y'all. So I'm here right now in front of y'all right now, honey, which I have been on most of my videos. And that's something I had to do for myself, y'all. Look, no brows. Brows looking like, they growing in a little bit. No mascara, just some lotion, wash face lotion, you know. And this is me. This is how I'm looking. So yeah, y'all. This helps me because I'm like, when I was doing, I was putting on a little makeup, not a whole bunch, but like a little makeup just to go to the gym. So it took 20 minutes, and being a perfectionist, what should have took 5 to 10 minutes took me 25, 30, and then I was just really taking my time, curling hair, flat ironing, doing all kind of crazy stuff. And you go to the gym and you're looking like, why are you doing all that? Coming to the gym. And then, your make sure your leggings look, you have to match your top. Then your top has to match your shoes, all these things. Honey, just get your butt up and out and go work out. Go to the gym, go outside, walk. Most of the time, I'm looking around. I observe people, and I'm like, these people really are not paying attention to me. And then if they are, I really don't care. I really don't care. And I don't think they care either. And if they do, they don't even know me. They don't know us, y'all. So get out there, do what you got to do for you. Take care of yourself, all right, y'all? Like, comment, and subscribe. Princess Diana.